Hello and welcome everyone. You're watching the Super Saturday debate with me, Shivani Gupta. The NDA versus India bloc war has intensified after Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched another no-holds-barred attack at the opposition over the Manipur crisis and claimed that the BJP-led NDA government has given a befitting reply in the no-confidence motion against them to those spreading negativity in the entire country. But this was not it. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also reminded the public about Panchayat poll violence in Bengal recently and alleged that TMC is indulging in Khuni Khel. While speaking exclusively with CNN News18, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee denied all the allegations levelled by the Prime Minister and claimed that he was speaking without any evidence. Even Rahul Gandhi, who has visited his constituency Wayanad for the first time after being reinstated as a member of parliament, reiterated his murder of India jibe at the government and the BJP and promised to rebuild Manipur. So the storm over Manipur is refusing to die down. The politics over it is also continuing with more war of words. The big question we asked today, exactly who is politicizing the Manipur issue for votes? First, take a look at the allegations that have been levelled by the Prime Minister. Attack 1, that the opposition was stalled, the parliament was stalled by the opposition. And of course, this is something that all of BJP has been saying, that they weren't really interested in the debate on Manipur, which the Home Minister promised to do from day one, but they wanted to stall parliament. For opposition, party is bigger than nation. Many of our viewers would remember that this is the same jibe that the Prime Minister also made during his no-confidence motion attack on the entire opposition. He also went on to say that the opposition sidelined the Manipur issue in Parliament. Remember, the opposition bloc walked away from the speech in the middle of it before the Prime Minister came to the subject of Manipur. And that is when he also reiterated that actually issue is not Manipur for opposition. The issue was to just do politics on it. Attack number 4, opposition only politicized the Manipur violence. Both Home Minister and the Prime Minister has condemned the quote politicizing of the video, especially of the abuse of 2 women that came to light. Opposition ran from Manipur debate. Once again, a note of how the opposition did not have the patience to listen to the Prime Minister's response on Manipur and how they didn't really want to listen to the Home Minister also, who spoke for 2 hours, painting a very complex picture of the entire, indeed complex issue of Manipur. So that's the big debate coming up. Joining us are our guests.
अगर इस देश में हिंसा हो रही है, दर्द हो रहा है, हिंदुस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री को 2 घंटे मजाक नहीं उड़ाना चाहिए।
ये लोग मणिपुर पर चर्चा नहीं चाहते क्योंकि उनको मालूम था कि मणिपुर का सच सबसे ज्यादा उनको चुभने वाला है। इस चुनावों में टीएमसी ने कैसा खूनी खेल खेला, ये भी देश ने देखा है।
Even your people killed our Bengal, the 16, 17 people, more than. And you are giving the batash, hawa, some political wind to them. So first behave properly.
RP Singh of the BJP is joining us. Suleiman Mohammad Khan is from the Congress party. I'm also joined by Mohammad Tausif Rahman of the TMC, and R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist, is also with us. Let me begin with the Congress party first. The Prime Minister is not leaving the attack on the collective India bloc, including the Congress party and others, just to Parliament. It is quite clear from his speech earlier today that he is going to hammer this point as election fever catches on, as state elections near. Fundamentally, that Congress is politicizing or using the issue of Manipur, not wanting solutions or listen to the government of the day, but only politicize the issue to make jibes at them. Suleiman Mohammad Khan, how would you respond?
I think it is rather the Prime Minister who has completely politicized an issue which was, which was waiting to be, addressed for 4 months. We kept on raising this issue that there is a riot going on in Manipur. It only happens to be, take the center stage, which the BJP leadership in the Manipur and at the center were not, having any discussion. Neither the Prime Minister was giving any statement on that. It was only when those videos of two naked women of our country, our sisters, which have, come to the light on social media, then only three important questions were asked from the Prime Minister, which he has completely failed to answer. Rather, he has deliberately avoided them to answer because he doesn't have an answer to this. One, why has the Prime Minister not paid a visit to Manipur, which is, completely shattered, 60,000 people in camps, hundreds of FIRs, 170 people being killed as per the reports, women being paraded naked, gang rape, almost ripped and plugged, what we have seen on the videos. Why he has not paid a visit to Manipur? Secondly, why he has not spoken on the subject for 80 days? It was only the I.N.D.I.A alliance which brought the no confidence motion, which has forced the Prime Minister to speak. And
but you would at least concede that he spoke on it.
Last thing.
The problem is that you say this. One second. I'll give you an opportunity. I'll give you an opportunity. The three questions you're talking about, we've debated them. We know them. Those were posed during the no confidence debate. We've moved on from that. I want to ask you, you are at least accepting the Prime Minister did speak on the issue of Manipur. Why did you walk out then? Why did you not have the patience to listen to his entire speech? Then you could have said whether what he spoke was adequate or not. But you've lost that right because you walked out.
No, we have not. The third question was that why the Chief Minister has not been removed. Now, for 2 hours and 13 minutes, the Prime Minister spoke in the Parliament on the no confidence motion. We walked out after 1 hour and 45 minutes when the Prime Minister was speaking other things like, I don't know, he's a megalomaniac, that he just doesn't want to lose power. So he kept on attacking the Congress party. In 133 minutes, he hardly spoke on Manipur for 4 minutes.
No, you can't allow this language.
He spoke on Manipur for only hardly 4 minutes.
No,
and
that's not true. He spoke for Manipur for longer than that. One second. RP Singh, I'm going to allow you. RP Singh, I'm going to allow you to raise your objection one by one, please. Let's not talk over each other. Mohammed Khan, just 1 second. Mohammed Khan, 1 second. My point was that all of this you could have raised if you had the patience to sit through that speech. But anyways, you've made your point. Mr. RP Singh is raising, 1 second, Mr. RP Singh is raising an objection to you using words like megalomaniac for the Prime Minister. We've registered that protest, but RP Singh, please respond. 1 second, please respond to the charge that the opposition is making that the issue was too serious to be left to the last. And some of, Mr. Khan, you'll have to please relent. You'll get your opportunity, but please don't speak over others. Otherwise, you will not get your time again. Sir, please, I don't want to speak over you, but please relent. RP saying the opposition's major charge is that Manipur was too serious an issue, one, to be left to the last, to the end part of his speech. And secondly, it was preceded by a lot of political jibes at the opposition. The mood of the nation is not for those jibes. I think I understand that to be the principal objection of the Congress party, including what Rahul Gandhi said, that Prime Minister was joking, quote unquote, and this is not the time to be joking. RP Singh.
Well, before I make my point, let me remind Mr. Sulaiman Khan, you are a decent person and you happen to be loyal. I mean, what has happened to you? You have picked up something from Mr. Rahul Gandhi just recently. I mean, the way he conducts or way he behaves himself and the sort of language which he used. I mean, I'm so sorry that you have lost it just because of your leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. But that point aside,
whatever
Home Minister is the person in charge of the internal. Did I interrupted you, please?
Yes, Mr. RP Singh, continue.
Can I Shivani now? Yeah. So, Home Minister is in charge of the security, internal security of the country. He was there personally in Manipur for 3 days. The State Home Minister was there for 23 days. The Home Minister requested the opposition, let's discuss Manipur in detail. He wrote a letter to both the leader of the houses, Mr. Kharge and Azir Ranjan Da, that let's discuss this issue threadbare. But they never wanted that. But even in this debate, Home Minister gave a detailed answer on Manipur. What all has happened, how it all started, when it all started, what is the background of it, what's the tribal issues of it, and how it has turned out, how it has triggered because of the court order. So everything was told in detail by the Home Minister. But and they don't believe in the Home Minister because they don't understand that
he's not the member of the parliament. He's not the head
Mr.
of the
Khan,
country.
please, I would appreciate you will get your
What was the
opportunity,
problem
but
of the
please
Prime
don't do
Minister?
crosstalk
If
like
there
this.
was any
Otherwise,
evidence
you
to
will
the
also
Prime
have
Minister's
people speaking
speak on
over
the
you.
issue, why will the
Can I
Home
just have
Minister
RP Singh and I,
speak?
please?
The opposition wants
Let
to
him finish his point. I need to go to our other guests. RP Singh, very quickly, please.
Shivani, no, you asking me to do quickly, but you allowed the man to intervene every now and then.
I am giving you uninterrupted time now,
Again,
sir.
coming to the
Please
subject.
continue.
Thank you. The Home Minister represents the collective leadership of the cabinet, the collective responsibility of the cabinet. And also, as per me, they were never serious about Manipur. Had they been serious about Manipur, they would have accepted the offer, the request made by the Home Minister of the country. And had that happened, even then Prime Minister would have come and spoken on the specific.
Can I come in now, Mr. Singh?
And we would have appreciated. Can I another second, Shivani? That's not fair. And there would have been a joint resolution by the complete parliament trying to put some balm on the wounds of Manipur.
But sir,
Not scratching
the
their wounds, not
opposition's
rubbing
charge
salt on
is
their wounds,
exactly
not
this. Sir, let me come in now. One is, what is wrong if the opposition insists that apart from the Home Minister, the Prime Minister should speak? Is there anything wrong in that? Because they say that we were getting a sense that we were not going to hear from the Prime Minister. I can understand your charge that they've made it only about the Prime Minister and not the rest of the government. But is there anything wrong with wanting the Prime Minister to speak?
Wherever it was said that Prime Minister won't speak or Prime Minister won't address, it was never said that way. Only thing is that he said, I'll address the issue, complete issue, because I am hands-on with the subject. But let me add another point. They just wanted to use this Manipur sensitive issue to relaunch Rahul Gandhi and launch I.N.D.I.A. The sad part that using Manipur issue for launching Rahul Gandhi again.
Okay, fair enough. Let me just also go across to our TMC representative. Mohammad Tasif Rahman is with us. The Prime Minister also did not shy away from calling out the TMC's politics, which he called bloody politics, because of the violence that was perpetrated or was witnessed once again during these recent Panchayat polls. And it is a phenomena that is being witnessed particularly for West Bengal. We've discussed it. You and I have discussed it on multiple occasions. Isn't Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee categorically wrong when she says there is no evidence of this violence that the Prime Minister spoke about, that TMC at the helm is responsible because of this, responsible for the violence that goes on under its watch as a state government? If you hold BJP responsible for Manipur, surely you are responsible for this violence during elections.
Absolutely, Shivani. First of all, thank you for having me. And you are conducting a very serious debate. So I don't want a voucher-battery, and I don't want to hear anything from the Prime Minister who speaks on Manipur for 2 minutes from 6:44 to 6:46. After 1 hour 38 minutes, he started drinking water because he knew he was lying. But again, I want to explain you because I've explained you again, but I want to explain to RP. If you want to interrupt, sir, I can't. This is not done. I told you it's a very serious debate.
कान की मशीन चाहिए लगता है आपको सुनाई कम देता है प्रधानमंत्री ने कितनी देर बोला क्या बोला और नॉर्थ ईस्ट और मणिपुर के बारे में क्या बोला पूरी जानकारी
आपको पता है ना मैं आपसे ज्यादा
नेताओं को बोलो कान की मशीन ले ले
All right. RP Singh, you must relent now.
Hearing it.
RP Singh, relent now, please. The Prime Minister spent more than 2 minutes on Manipur and on the entire condition of the Northeast. Let's be fair on that. Let's not twist facts. Facts are facts.
I don't want to.
Prime Minister.
Only Mohammad Tasif.
Shivani, I don't want to do voucher-battery.
Okay,
Again,
go ahead.
I want to explain because RP Singh is here. I mean, have you ever heard that 2.3 lakh nomination have been filed in any other state? I mean, over 1.5 lakh nomination have been filed by the opposition parties alone. Yet they are claiming that it was a khun ki holi. We have seen
No,
that
but that's because violence did happen. Dozens of people died.
I want to explain you. That khun ki holi has been done by BJP itself. Now, if you can send from CNN News18, your fact-finding committee, I'm challenging you, Shivani. It's a very serious debate. If you can send your fact-finding committee and send to all those places, you will get the whole fact, what happened in Bengal.
Which is what?
I'm very...
Once again. Tasif, very, very rightly, you started off by saying you don't want to do whataboutery. But I find it amazing that you've actually just turned around and made BJP responsible for a state you are ruling in.
But that's a fact. It is a difference between a water battery and a fact. I mean, the BJP still have the audacity to do water battery, where 50,000 people are homeless in Manipur. There are no sanitary napkins available at the camp.
No, don't make this about Manipur. No, I'm asking you about the panchayat poll elections violence. No, Tasi, please make me understand. One second. I asked you, make me understand how ruling BJP in Manipur is responsible because ethnic violence is going on between two communities and they're not being able to control it. A much far more serious situation than in West Bengal. But you cannot be held responsible for panchayat polls elections under your police, under your agencies, under your state election commission. For that, fine. Opposition must be held responsible.
I'll come to you, Shivani. Well, okay, fine. But what Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee did, they came with 10 press conference. They came with preview meeting. They came and faced the press. We answered you. We never backed out. Now, this is the reality. When you do when you know the fact, when you don't run behind the bushes, you have the courage and power to face the media. This is what we are doing. Except Narendra Modi, where he's only doing the water battery. He's not concerned. I mean, okay, fine. The fact-finding committee came to Bengal on 17th of July. Okay, they did the report. Did Ravi Shankar went and did the fact-finding committee between the Kukis and the Metis? Why not?
It's a completely different situation. You think a fact-finding committee can go into Manipur right now?
मेरा वाला प्रधानमंत्री सबसे अलग है.
No, don't compare the two situations. But if law and order is to be the state government's responsibility and one state chief minister's resignation can be sought, then why the same standards cannot be employed in another state which is not witnessing ethnic violence? Manipur is a completely different example. But anyways, hold your thought. Tasif, hold your thought. R. Rajagopalan has not spoken. From what both Rahul Gandhi have said in Wayanad, from what the Prime Minister have said in Madhya Pradesh, R. Rajagopalan, it gives us a sense that the issue of Manipur is not going to rest with the no confidence motion. And the politics over the issue of Manipur is also not going to be restricted to either the national capital or the state of Manipur. It's going to be an issue that both sides will talk about ahead of the next set of state elections and possibly even the general elections. Do you get that sense?
Shivani, I did not think that opposition is very serious on Manipur. Otherwise, they would have articulated the subject. Even if they walked out, it is their weapon to walk out, and they should have returned to this house when Prime Minister started about Manipur. Second thing, you said about state elections. Shivani, can I tell you the real story? It is G20 which is irritating the opposition, especially TMC and Congress. G20 should not be successful. India's success history, success narration is irritating the opposition, especially Rahul Gandhi and Mamata Banerjee. That is why they are creating this type of narratives.
G20 summit, sir. I was there in that meeting.
I did not say.
Let him finish.
Disturb me.
Tasif, please let him finish. Please.
I did not disturb you. Don't derail me. Don't derail me. Don't derail me. Don't derail me.
Okay, can I just have R. Rajagopalan and I, please? Yes, Mr. Rajagopalan, finish your point.
G20 was the main irritant, not the 5 state elections. And at the same G20 type, when September 7th, 8th, 9th, when these tall leaders of 25 countries are coming, more than 140 delegations are coming, this opposition does not want that India's success story to be told ever. They want to magnify Manipur. Once the G20 is over, you take it from me, Shivani, that G20, after G20, Manipur will not be a story at all. Apart from that,
okay.
Opposition is changing its goalpost. They wanted Prime Minister. Prime Minister came and addressed. Prime Minister spoke for 130 minutes and 33 minutes, and he devoted 24 minutes for Manipur, not 1 or 2 minutes, 24 minutes. Acha, second thing, now opposition wants Prime Minister should go to Manipur. So therefore, they are changing the goalpost from 1, 2, 3. That is what my point. I covered Parliament for more than 23 days and more than 40 years. Never seen this unruly alliance of dot alliance. They wanted to create a havoc and they created it.
There are multiple things associated with this Manipur issue, Mr. R. Rajagopalan. Before I open the floor for our political guest once again, there are several issues that the opposition raised, and in one way or the other, between the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, those answers were given. For example, the most fundamental question was why the Chief Minister is not being sacked and the government not being changed, right?
Because
the
he's
Home
biased
Minister
with the
did.
Mehtis.
Sir, Tausif, please.
He's biased.
Tausif.
He wants to finish the cookies. It is as simple as that, Shivani.
Tausif, I think you'll have to mind your language. Also, you'll have to control your emotions and not make these statements on a national television, please. You'll have to control yourself or I'll have to mute you. I will not allow such statements on air. Please. R. Rajagopalan and I, please.
Yes.
As far as the Chief Minister is concerned, the question over that and other questions, the Home Minister did answer. The Prime Minister also sought to answer some questions. But my question to you is different. Do you think the BJP feels confident enough that they can actually bat on the front foot on this issue? They feel that the public perception will be with them because things have gone wrong in Manipur and they have gone wrong for far too long.
In Manipur, the situation is very, very sensitive, Shivani. As you just now said, let us not provoke one section of the society in Manipur. Apart from that, Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah gave a detailed reply how this came from Myanmar, when that junta regime came, the cookies came. These are all the narratives. Apart from that, Shivani, the entire opposition sat on that day and Speaker, when Lok Sabha, Om Birla brought a resolution for peace, the all parties were party to that resolution. The next day they changed the goalpost. Second thing, Chief Minister changing. For that also Mr. Amit Shah replied, stating that Chief Secretary was sent, DGP was sent, and if he is not cooperating with us, we would have sacked him. But he was cooperating. That is the attitude. So
and now because the Home Minister has made that statement, the responsibility or the responsibility of the consequences will also lie with the Home Ministry and with the party. Because of course the BJP is in control of whether the Chief Minister could have been changed or not. I have to move on from that. I have to move on from that, Mr. R. Rajagopalan. Let me give Mr. Sulaiman Khan one more opportunity. Fundamental is this. Rahul Gandhi is raising this in Kerala. The Prime Minister is raising this in Madhya Pradesh. Is Manipur, you feel, the issue on which you can put this government on the back foot?
There are so many other issues. He has been speaking, making promises for 10 years. We are asking questions. Manipur is burning. Therefore, we are raising this issue for 3 months. Secondly, we have never changed
the goalpost. Mr. Khan, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you. Only a brief interruption. You keep saying you're raising this issue for 3 months. But is it also not true that you also started raising this issue in the manner that you did only because that video came out one day before the session?
We are opposition. Opposition is wrong. Please finish the opposition. Government has
no, I'm asking you a question. Is it not true that you also tried to... One second. Mr. Khan.
Please finish the opposition.
No, I'm asking the government representative the question on the government. You are here to respond on the opposition's line.
Not allowing me to speak and say you are...
I am saying brief interruption. I will give you time. Don't get inflamed. Calm down.
I am.
Don't get inflamed. First of all, calm down so that you can represent your party well. My question to you was, is it not true that the opposition also started raising the issue of Manipur with the intensity that you did because this video came out a day before the parliament session? You can continue.
We are wrong. Please blame us. Please hang us. Hang Rahul Gandhi. Hang the whole Congress party. Hang India. Okay, that is what you want. And let 50 years give it to BJP RSS. This Rajgopalan ji is writing.
Don't come on heavy knee. Don't do that, Suleiman. Don't do that.
I am replying to you. Please don't threaten me. Don't threaten me.
Don't do that because you are not known. You are misleading the public. You are misleading the public. Opposition wanted this. G20 was the one. G20 was the main issue.
Okay, 1 second. I don't want this to be a battle between you two. Let's please respect everybody's opinion and we can calmly present our own side. Let us just go across to RP Singh and Mohammad Tausif, please. RP Singh, fundamentally, the question remains this. Whatever intervention came from the Home Minister or from the Prime Minister came too little in the day, and it was forced because the Parliament was in session. On top of that, it was forced because the opposition decided to bring a no-confidence motion. Otherwise, we don't know how much response we would have got. That's what the opposition is alleging. Yes, RP Singh.
Shivani, I was just trying to show you the news clipping of one of the leading newspapers which categorically stated that Congress moved the High Court for Bengal violence because their people were killed. It was the Ranjan Chaudhary who was sitting on a hunger strike or a dharna there in Kolkata. He said more than 18 people have been killed, and then he was sitting on a hunger strike.
Yes.
And in all 55 people have been killed. And it's not us. But today, as I said, they want to launch India, I.N.D.I.A. That's why they are using Manipur as the most sensitive issue.
But please respond to my question on Manipur, sir.
I'm answering to that. But 2 women were stripped in Manipur, in Bengal, and then were made to go around on the street naked. But no one raised that question. No one raises about the question. 810 young girls, less than 10 years of age, have been raped and have been assaulted in Rajasthan.
But sir, that's the job of the opposition in the state. No, you are the opposition in that state. You'll have to do that job. Obviously, the state government will not do that job.
Leave us aside. Their ministers are raising this issue. Their minister raised this issue in the assembly, and he was beaten. He was beaten in the assembly by the Congress MLAs and Congress workers in the assembly.
You are not answering my question on Manipur.
Had to raise their voice.
Has the intervention, the statements from the government come too late in the day?
In between, I have to reply to him and to you also.
No, not at all. Not at all, Shivani. The action on ground started on 4th of July itself. The action on ground.
Okay.
The state machinery was changed. People were sent from center and other states to look into and assist the state.
Okay, all right. I've run out of time. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. What is becoming very clear, though, is that Manipur is not an issue that is going to go to the back burners either for the opposition or even for the government just because of the no confidence motion debate ending. This is something that both sides are going to continue to raise, and we leave it to you exactly who is playing politics on this issue, not in the interest of the issue, but to use the issue. I take your leave. Thanks a lot for staying with us. News and updates will continue.